Broadcasting live from Ridgely, Maryland.
The home of strawberries and bulldog pride.
This is the Bulldog Barkcast, and we're your hosts for today, Leslie Monteiro,
Lily Thayer,
and Shelby McFarland, bringing you the news for today.
Today we'll take a sneak peek inside one teacher's mind and see how she copes with having to teach hybrid learning.
We'll see how Caroline County celebrates Pride Month.
And we'll dive into the unique history surrounding North Carolina.
The rise of the dangerous virus, COVID-19, has forced schools all across the nation to shut down. Recently, Caroline County Public Schools have started to return students back to school through the hybrid learning schedule. This means that students have the option to return to school in person or continue with virtual classes. We interviewed Ms. Jackson, a 9th grade English teacher here at North Carolina High School, and saw how she copes with having to simultaneously teach online and in person.
Teaching online and teaching in person are different because of what you can do. In English, I would say there's less challenges than in a class, like a science class or something where you're using manipulatives, or a chemistry lab, or something where you have to be hands-on. In English, a lot of what we do can now be done online, but because of the pandemic restrictions, we can't have people close together to work in groups. Normally, I would be teaching on my feet. I think almost every teacher prefers to teach standing up, but it's hard to do that when you are trying to also at the same time broadcast yourself on Zoom. So in addition to that, you're also trying to keep 6-foot distance from everyone. So if a student needs help, it makes you think twice about walking all the way over there and getting within that 6-foot radius and trying to balance content delivery and teaching with adhering to CDC guidelines and staying safe with the pandemic. More of a concern is not social distancing in terms of physically socially distancing, but the fact that everyone has literally been socially distanced, they've been in isolation, and they haven't interacted with each other for almost a year has really changed the way students interact. That's also been a challenge, and something that we are working on is transitioning, not just in terms of content and teaching, but also in terms of being aware of our students' social and emotional needs and what we can do to help them get back to some sense of normal, or as people are calling it, get used to this new normal as we're bringing them back in person.
As we can see, teachers are doing their best to ensure that students are receiving the academic and emotional support they need while adjusting to this new style of hybrid learning.
Today, we can see that Denton is flowing with traffic as community members, small business owners, students, and NCHS's Gay Straight Alliance comes together to celebrate Caroline County's first ever Pride Festival. Now, we'll take a look at what some of the attendees have to say about today's events.
I think it's a good progressive step towards diversity.
I feel like this event was very well put together. It was well thought out. I love seeing everyone here and communicating and all the positive energies.
It's crazy. I never thought in little Caroline County we'd be seeing all of this.
Yeah, I am so happy that so many people showed up. This is my first Pride Parade ever, and it is not a disappointment at all. Yeah, I'm so happy. Oh my God,
especially in COVID conditions.
As we can see, Caroline County's first ever Pride Festival was a success. Next year, we hope to see even more students, so make sure you mark your calendars for next June. Come out and show your pride.
North Carolina High School has undergone many changes throughout the years, but its creation is truly a turning point into a new era of equality. The Supreme Court case Brown versus the Board of Education would come to a unanimous decision on May 17, 1954, ruling that separating children in public schools based on race was unconstitutional, overruling the previous principle of separate but equal. At that time, Caroline County was still segregated, with Lockerman High being the only school available to children of color. The county would immediately start a plan for desegregation upon the ruling of Brown 2. This proposed plan would establish geographic attendance areas as soon as the new senior high school was constructed. The school underway would become known as North Carolina High School. Its location is unique as each town wanted to be the home of the new and desegregated school. Finally, it was decided the school would be placed at a central location between the three towns of Denton, Greensboro, and Ridgely. When it opened in 1966, it was the first fully integrated school of Caroline County where everyone would be allowed to come and learn. Today, North Carolina prides itself on being a place of equal opportunity where everyone is allowed to come learn and show their Bulldog pride.
This concludes this morning's segment of the Bulldog Broadcast. Thank you for joining us today.
And remember to tune in bright and early tomorrow morning.
We've been your hosts, Leslie, Bailey, and Shelby.
Have a wonderful day.
Now go out there and remember to show your Bulldog pride.